Welcome to Judy's Comox Valley Stories. We've got a wide range of stories for you today, ranging from the Photographic Society, where they're capturing life in still life. We've also got kids in Cumberland who are learning things in the outdoor forest, as well as inside a classroom, learning how to do animation and making their characters move. Stay tuned, we've got lots for you ahead. Enjoying the peace and quiet in a forest without any electronic devices is essential for our soul. We're here in the Cumberland Community Forest, and this is one of the many classrooms for the hand-in-hand early education.
It's an outdoor education program where we work with 3 to 5-year-olds, and we are in one of many classrooms here in the Cumberland Community Forest and Coal Creek Historic Park.
Jarrett thought it was so important that he decided he was going to start an outdoor program for preschoolers. What better way than to start with a youngster and make sure they enjoy and appreciate what nature has to offer.
Kind of the nature preschool concept is that we're all child-led activities. And so the facilitators or the educators are here to facilitate that type of activity. The children are here and they're leading their own experiences, and the activities of the program is generated by their own interests and passions and the experiences that are being self-led by them, as long as it's of course safe and comfortable, and that's guided through the educators facilitating that.
Well, this is really my dream job. I think that preschool is such an important time in children's development, and connecting it with my love of outdoors and really believing that instilling that love of nature into children is important for our world going forward. It ties everything together, and yeah, hopefully we'll take over the world eventually.
You know, when they come out here, they're ready to open up their arms and use their full body, because, you know, we're in a limitless environment. And in order to contain that energy, we do create a boundary with cones. And so they're allowed to run within that space, but they're not allowed to go outside of that space.
When they come, it may be their first time away from their parents, and often at the beginning of the year, besides the safety routine, you almost have to teach children like how to just play. Sometimes they come and they look around and I don't know what to do. But it doesn't take long, just a few weeks, and then they delve right into that rich play that we see with the groups at the end of the year. And some of these guys have been with us now for 2 years, so the transformation from when they first came to now it's pretty special.
If you'd like to know more about this program, you can go on the website and Google Hand in Hand Early Education. From the Cumberland Community Forest, this is Judi Murakami for Shaw TV. The Comox Valley Rhododendron Garden is one of the little gems hidden away in Courtenay. It's located at 2040 Cliff, right behind the old Chamber of Commerce and the great big steam train. That particular garden is maintained by volunteers of the Rhododendron Society, and I think they do a very good job.
Thank you for inviting us up to celebrate your 20 years in the park and see the gardens up here. It's lovely.
It's hard to believe that this lovely garden opened 20 years ago, and I was fortunate to be the Courtenay mayor at that time.
The two mayors that were present were Larry Jagula, present-day mayor, and Ron Weber, who was the mayor 20 years ago when the gardens first came about.
Ron Weber was actually the mayor 20 years ago when this all began, and you know, I had the honor of helping to greet our guests today with Ron Weber, and of course he's one of my mentors. And if you go very, very near to here is the Ron Weber walkway, so it all ties together. So how special.
We had the request back in 1993, and at finally 1997 we had the official opening 20 years ago. Yes. Yes, I was on council when we first started the Riverway Walkway. And of course, we used to put about 100,000 in the budget. And of course, that didn't go very far. But eventually, after the lagoon was closed, then we got the walkway right around. And now, of course, it's right down to Fraser Road. This partnership with the city continues today with mulch, gravel, supplies provided by the city to refresh the beds as needed, while members of the society continue to provide the manpower for the maintenance and upgrades. With its high walking traffic location, the garden is enjoyed on a daily basis by citizens and visitors alike.
Education has come a long way since we were in school, and now we have the benefit of animation, computers. For Pamela Twins' class at Cumberland Elementary, they've come up with amazing projects. Sean Piggott is a well-respected filmmaker and videographer, so he's been helping out Pamela Twins' class because his son Linus is now in her class.
What's nice about this particular project is it's a blending of low-tech with, pencil crayons on paper with high-tech scanning them in and doing all the motion. So you still get that hand-drawn look in the sense that the kids all did their own pictures. But you use the technology to leverage it to have something that has more of a polished look and would be very hard to do manually, photo, slight movement, so on and so forth. The one thing I noticed, and you'll notice some of these are a little bit slower. Because what I found is I did the dance, and then when I compared them to all the rest of them, some people looked like they were dancing a little slow. So I wanted everyone to sort of look like they were dancing with the same amount of energy.
I really like how he makes the characters move. It's an interesting way of how they do it, of how he does it.
Because you seem really interested in cameras and all the things that help make pictures.
Yes, when I grow up, I want to be a filmer.
That's the great thing about teaching in the community of Cumberland, in a small community with a lot of creative people. Their parents in the school, they're community involved, they're just real community members and always willing to kind of do something interesting for us.
You have 44 students here that you're animating.
It was one of those things that I tried not to think about the math too early on. Like, okay, if one student takes 45 minutes times 4, oh wow. It's more, do the first one, do the second, oh, I like this now, what am I going to do? And then, when you're halfway through, you start to think, okay, this isn't quite done yet. But, then you start to see the results. You do a test edit, and you go, oh, okay, this is working well. And then, it's sort of fun as you see the final result come out.
What did you like about the animation?
I liked that, they move the hands
It's kind of amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That computers can make that happen.
There's dots, and where he moves the dots is where the character moves. And if he moves them, and there's a dot in the middle, and when you push that dot and spin, the whole character spins upside down if you're going to make him do something like a headstand.
They're, as you can see, very hardworking and creative boys and girls, and always up for an adventure and a new challenge.
From Cumberland Elementary, this is Judi Murakami for Shaw TV.
I'm a photographer, and I've been in as an amateur and semi-professional doing this for 15 years. It's actually more of a passion and a hobby for me. I enjoy the world and I enjoy seeing it, and more than anything, I enjoy capturing it in images.
We have lots of members in the club who are from beginners right through to professional level. And I think we all share that passion and like to share with each other and make good friends that way too.
This is a great group. I just moved to Comox about a year and a half ago and joined the photo club here, and it's a wonderful group, about 120 members. There's outings all over the Vancouver Island and sometimes beyond. There's meetings twice a month to learn more about photography, to teach more about photography, and generally to make contact and friendship.
I've been interested in photography, well, I would say for the last 20-25 years, and I'm still a novice, really, but I do enjoy taking photographs, especially when we're on vacation. We take a lot of cruises and trips. Landscape photography is a special interest of mine, and I think architecture too is quite interesting.
Yeah, I got my first 35mm camera, it must have been in the early 60s when I was still in college. And I had the good fortune, I was in the Air Force at the time, of being posted overseas to Europe. And that, of course, mandated getting a better camera and starting to do some documentary pictures, if you want to call it that. The local scenery in the various countries, which were so easy to visit because it's a relatively small place and you can travel around quite easily. Yeah, and so I guess a lot of my photography takes that kind of form of documenting places that I've visited, whether it's in this area or abroad. And probably mostly landscape and architectural photographs, if you want to categorize it that way.
Participating in the environment isn't just for our sake, but is for the sake of future generations. Project Watershed is a nonprofit organization based in Tin Town that deals with a whole ecological variety of things that affect us here in the Comox Valley. One of the major projects that are being funded is here at Sims Park. They are increasing the channel so that salmon can go through. There will be a giant culvert that paddlers can go through.
We've been working for about 6 years on this project to get it to this point where we could actually construct the salmon side channel.
The project at Sims Park is going to create a side channel for salmon to swim from the Courtenay River upstream.
We have funding in place now, and we have 3 funders: the Fish and Wildlife Compensation Program, we have the Recreational Fish, which is a DFO funder, as well as the Habitat Conservation Trust. And those 3 funders are providing approximately $240,000 to $250,000 to do this salmon side channel, which is right beside us here. And the essence of it is we're going to install 2 very large culverts, lower the grade, allow the Courtenay River to flow through here again as it once did. On the far end where the Courtenay Slough is, we're going to put a large culvert there and allow the fish to move in through this channel and out again. It's going to be very helpful for the survival of juvenile salmon as well as adult salmon. It will revitalize this area, which is kind of a blind channel right now. And the fact that it's in a high-profile area like Sims Park, there's also an educational component. People can come down here and actually see salmon moving through. There's 2 really lovely viewing platforms within this system, and people come down every day to this very peaceful area.
We always need volunteers, especially people who have some experience with whatever, with fundraising, with we're also putting together some courses for both for elders, but all the way down to elementary school kids too. Like the planting project that's happening today has a whole double classroom of second graders helping with the planting. So we try to do work with all different ages just to raise awareness about the valley and how an estuary works, how salmon work, how the fish work.
From Sims Park here in the Comox Valley, this is Judi Murakami for Shaw TV. L'Arche Comox Valley is very excited to be opening up their brand new facility here at 14th and Grieve. It's exciting because the Comox Valley has worked together to achieve this dream, and it's been literally a labor of love.
So it's just really exciting, and it's very heartwarming to know how much the Valley has come and supported L'Arche Comox Valley to build the I Belong Center.
Christine Mounier is the executive director.
The last year has been the groundbreaking ceremony and the building, the construction, and just today to see the accomplishment of people coming together, people in the Comox Valley helping through their contributions, through gifts in kind, people coming through the board members who've skill and expertise in building. Everybody's done something to make this building what it is today.
Frank von Gisberg is the chair of L'Arche Comox Valley.
So what's here in the facility is it's a multi-purpose facility. We will have 6 suites in the facility, which will be occupied with adults with developmental disabilities, but being able to live semi-independent. We'll have office space upstairs for the L'Arche office itself, as well as downstairs we'll have the activity area where we'll have day programs, and people can come in here, take part in day programs for seniors, for people with or without developmental disabilities, teaching kitchen, and all those type of things.
From L'Arche Comox Valley, this is Judi Murakami for Shaw TV. Summer in the Comox Valley is so much fun because here at the Philburg Heritage Lodge and Park, we have outdoor concerts. We've got the Philburg Festival and everything under the sun. So the grounds actually belong to the town of Comox. So from dawn to dusk, it's like any other park. You're welcome to come in and walk around the grounds, have a picnic, enjoy the view. And then for special events, of course, there is admission charges. Here's Brooklyn Galloway, who is the Media Events and Marketing Coordinator, to tell you about them.
So this summer we have our 35th annual Philburg Festival happening. And we're also celebrating 35 years of music in the park because Philburg Festival, although it's arts, craft, and music, it does have a fantastic lineup of artists coming. We have our Live in Philburg Park concerts going on. We have 3 dates. We have Jesse Roper coming July 27th. We have August 4th, Delhi to Dublin coming, and August 24th, we have Ashley McIsaac coming from all the way from the other side of the country. And then into the fall, we have our annual apple press party. Everything harvesting at home goes on throughout the park.
Because this park operates with a lot of volunteers, the tours, the gift shop, and the summer kitchen are open Thursdays to Sundays here in summertime.
The lodge itself is open for tours and hosts a gift shop, and that's 100% volunteer run. They're here to give tours. We fundraise through our gift shop. Items are donated and curated by our gift shop manager, Val, and people can come and look through that as part of the tour. We have volunteers helping in the park, with aspects of the gardens. We have volunteers helping with the history and looking after the archives and the materials that we have and organizing it. And then of course there's the Philburg Festival, which probably has the largest number of volunteers, and that's the longest running fundraising event that we do here.
So for more information, if you'd like to either get involved as a volunteer, get your membership, or find out more about what's coming up, go to philburg.com. From the Comox Valley, this is Judi Murakami for Shaw TV. Thanks to everyone who participated in the show, and I will see you around in the Comox Valley. This is Judi Murakami for Shaw TV.